Fear doesn't always come from the unknown. Sometimes it's born in the mind itself when desperation distorts reality and leaves no escape. 8 friends followed Daniel, a young journalist eager to write a remarkable story. His idea was simple: travel to the northern mountains, explore their myths of disappearance, and return with a story worthy of publication. To the group, it felt like an adventure. Snow, trails, and laughter under the frozen sky. The first day was breathtaking. They camped in their cabins and built a fire. The second, a nightmare. A storm suddenly formed, engulfing the horizon in blinding white. The winds howled, the snow piled relentlessly, and the world vanished. Lost and freezing, they stumbled upon an old wooden cabin, forgotten on the hillside. Inside, broken furniture, mold in the air, silence pressing against their skin. But it was all they could manage at that moment. They believed it would pass. 1 day, 2, 3. But the storm outside never ended. Through the fogged windows, they could only see snow upon snow, falling endlessly. The sound of the wind never stopped. The cold was unbearable. Even with the small fire they managed to make, they couldn't keep warm. They rationed what little they had brought: water, protein bars, snacks. Each ate just a little and drank only a sip of water. Daniel kept writing. His notebook recorded everything: the hunger gnawing at their stomachs, the cold that felt like knives. He wrote about footsteps in the night, voices whispering their names, pounding on the floor. His handwriting grew irregular, soaked with fear. They debated what to do about the agonizing hunger. Talk turned to cutting off body parts to eat, but they couldn't agree. They decided to wait. Then came the first death starvation, of course. But Daniel only wrote about what came after: the silence, the hesitation, and finally, the breaking point. They cut open the calf first, tasted it. It had a bizarre, iron taste. I almost vomited. I couldn't believe what was happening, Daniel wrote. But they ate what they could. Tears mixed with blood. The taste was too real, he scribbled. And the more we ate, the smaller this place became. Time dissolved. Daniel wrote of laughter echoing off the walls, of chairs dragged by invisible hands, of fire that gave no heat. Another death, another meal. But this time, there was no hesitation. They devoured with wild instinct. Words gave way to frantic scribbles, as if he were writing too fast to hold on to his sanity. The storm never ends, he wrote. It seems whoever is here watching us is very happy. The following pages were stained with something that wasn't just ink. He wrote about red eyes reflected in the windows, about figures standing beside their makeshift beds. Daniel even described conversations with Diego, one of the friends killed days earlier. They laughed, argued, responded, as if he were still there. And when they realized they were speaking to emptiness, panic spread silently. No one dared admit they saw it too. Some began ripping chunks of wood from the walls, chewing the rot and swearing it tasted like flesh. Others pulled out their hair, claiming insects crawled beneath their skin. The notebook grew more chaotic, lines overlapping in desperate frenzy. We don't know if we're alive or if we've already been devoured, read one of the last legible sentences. 8 months later, a group of people glimpsed the horror through the cabin window. They called the police. They read Daniel's notebook. According to the dates, the storm had lasted only 1 day the day they arrived. The place was eerily silent. Inside, 8 bodies lay scattered, stiff and decomposed. No food, no firewood, no sign of survival attempts. Only bones with human bite marks carved into the walls. The final sentence, shaky but clear: if you're reading this, be careful. Hunger and cold were never outside. They were inside us, and they're still here.